Hello everyone and welcome to Werven's World and welcome to my guide to Airport CEO. So last time we got our first commercial flight going on successfully. So what do we now need to do in order to expand? Well, let's us actually focus on the bigger airlines. So in order to do that, we need to adjust this a little bit. So if we go to taxiway nodes, we can make a nice line here and then have them all go here. And then we should remove this part. So now I'm holding in control. That's the demolition tool. Here we go. And then we just fast forward and they will actually remove this node, which they shouldn't. Now they're gone because a patch just came out that actually made this be done automatically without a worker, which is very nice. All right. Now we just need to demolish all this taxiing stuff that we actually put here beforehand, except for this here because we had it 3 wide. Here we go. I don't need to remove this, but I think it looks nicer. So this I actually need to remove, but this I wouldn't need to remove. The reason I want to remove this is now I can actually put a medium stand here. And it immediately fits exactly into the taxiway. So, however, there's a couple of things with this medium stand that we need to do. Let's first build another one and then we can have a look at it. You can see that white tunnel there. That's the place where people board. So what we need to do is we actually need to increase the foundation in order to accommodate that. While that is being done, we can also start looking at how to make it a bit nicer for our customers. Because, well, they spend a lot of time here and they sometimes need to go to the toilet. So what we can do is we can designate an area as a bathroom. So let's say here we make this here into a bathroom. It doesn't have to be very big. And then we can put a wall there. So we can do like this. And then we need to have some doors. You can make this either split sacks or not. That's that's up to you. I'll show you how to do it, but I won't do it here. Then in this zone, we want to have some toilets, right? So we go to items, then toilets, and they already come with walls. So if we just put them here, then we don't have to put walls between them. They basically have these paneled walls or whatever you call them. So we can have a fair amount of them. We can have some urinals. Let's have those here. And then we can have some sinks so people can actually wash their hands. Alright. So at some point the workers will come, although I guess they're still busy with other things. For example here, this expansion here. So we can already remove this wall. And everything works like it should. Perfect. One thing that you can do is you can make it nicer by going through structure here, floor, and instead of just clicking on floor, you can go here in this menu and you can choose what type of floor you want. So let's say I wanted to have a blue boarding area. I could then just change the floor to be blue. Just like that. We can also have a tiled floor in the bathroom, for example. There we go. So you can change this layout quite easily. That's quite nice. You can also change the color of many different things. For example, I think actually these ones here, like I can turn it green. Not sure what actually changes then. It's a tunnel, the color of the tunnel. Because here, for example, this building here, you can also change. I don't really like the blue, so I normally take something kind of brownish or grayish. Here you go. So these planes here will land and they will be able to take passengers. And they don't necessarily need suitcases yet. And we also don't necessarily need jet fuel yet, but we can order it as a service or we can offer it as a service. So we can go here to operation. We can say that we can have Jetta 1 refueling service disabled. We can enable that. But for that, we need to have also actual jet fuel. So for that, we can go to fuel depot and then we have to choose the Jet A1. And we can do this. And then once it gets built, remember that the service contract that we signed also included jet fuel. So they will immediately refill this, and we will immediately have the cars that can then do the refueling. If we order them, of course. So we have to Jet A1 trucks. I think I'll order also 2 of these. Or actually 1 is probably enough for now, because we only have 2 of those stands. And you can also increase capacity of this, although it doesn't say how much capacity there is. So I'll just click on it, spend 500, increase capacity, but it's not really very well implemented, it seems. Alright, so then we need to do a couple of things. First of all, we need more boarding. So we can go here, we can go to boarding desk, and we can click it here. But it has to be placed in a secure zone, of course, so we need to click on red. Here we go. So then we can go again to boarding desk, click here, and there we go. As you can see, we can open the stand to commercial airlines, but to do that we need to attach a boarding desk, so we need to wait for that. Oh, some flights have problems. Aha, oops, that is my fault. As you can see, some of the airplanes that I wanted to service, or basically that I said you could land here, they actually cannot find a place because I did not do this taxiing very well. So I need to make foundation again, which I actually removed. Come on. We can just do it like this. So that will not be very good for the contract. People are delayed and people can't leave and things like that. And it's because I changed this, but then I didn't redraw the nodes. So now these workers have to come in, they need to fix this. And then I can actually put in these taxiway nodes like this. And now you can see that the airplanes immediately leave. And a new one will come. Here we go. Perfect. Then we can immediately add these as well. And we can connect the boarding desk. Oops. No delays for now. Immediately leave. Alright, so now we can basically open the stand for commercial flights. And then we can say open stand. And open stand. So now basically everything should work. However, we don't have a contract yet, right? So we go to contract, we go to airlines, and as you can see here, the small and medium contracts are fine for this. The small ones are normally a mix between small stands and medium stands. The medium ones only have medium class flights. So let's here click on this 15 medium. Oh, that's actually quite a lot. Well, we can do that. So let's click on 15 medium class flights, and it has to be done within 3 days. So we can sign this, and then if we go to the flight planner, we can see that we have a lot of medium flights to do. And you can also see that here are our 2 medium stands. So we can start planning those in. As you can see, the medium ones take more time than the small ones as well. Maybe we can actually fit these right in. Yes, we can. Because at night, they're not allowed to fly yet. I'm not sure if you can unlock that. Alright, now I've planned them all in. So we have the Thursday, the Friday, and the Saturday with flights of Maple. So once we go out of this menu, we can just click on play. And at some point, these large flights will arrive. And that's basically all that we need to do. So they will check in at some point. As you can see here, 12, still be a while. What we'll now need though is a bit more staff, because basically, as you can see, we don't really have a lot of staff in order to man all these boarding desks whenever we need them, as well as doing check-in. So it might be good to have a little bit more airport staff. And sometimes this doesn't work, and then you just click on it again and then it works. So there seems to be a little bug there. In the meantime, we can also make more queues. That wasn't a very pretty one. Here we go. And once the check-in opens, people will go in. They'll go check in. All go through security. As you can see here, this is the big one where the luggage actually goes on the belt. And then they'll go here. Of course, what we do need is some more benches for people to sit in. Here we go. All right. We can repair this one. It's quite expensive. Here we go. We got our first big airline here. It wants to refuel, but now we also have this proper fuel tank. So when this one lands, then we should see a car that we ordered go to this airplane in order to refuel it. Oh no, this one is not refueling actually. Did we not? It says it's not requesting it. Refueling. Ah, because we didn't activate it. Okay, so now we activated it, so airlines know that when they come they can refuel, and then they might actually start requesting it. And we make some extra money like that. As you can see, lots and lots and lots of people waiting here. They will now start boarding. And we are raking in the dough. You can see here these shadows changing. All these little details in this game is really cool. And as far as I understand, it's fully 2D, so it's kind of cool. So, as you can see here, it's very, very dirty here. Probably also in the toilets. The toilets are actually quite fine. So, we can use some more janitors. Alright, so now we have this flight departing and waiting for this one actually. Why are you waiting? Ah, for this airplane to leave. So now it's this one's turn. As you can see here, there are two different models. This is a Boeing 737-800 and this is a CRJ-700 Bombardier. Okay. I guess it needed a bit longer runway. But it still lifts off, but that's something to take into account. I think these normally do it correctly. Let's check. No, it also needs more. Oh no, it just did it correctly. But yeah, so it might be good to actually upgrade this and extend the runway a little bit for the bigger airplanes. However, it doesn't really seem to be implemented yet that it really matters, so that's fine for us now. Alright, as you can see here, it also lands on the grass. But now we have our first commercial large airline, or actually medium airline. The large ones are not implemented in the game yet. So all of this works. So basically, we have done most of the stuff that we want to do in order to make a self-sufficient airline. However, the next thing that we want to look at is luggage, but I'll save that for the next video. So I hope you found this video useful and see you next time.